Hi there. Last Sunday night, I took what might have been my greatest ever leap of a public confession. I have been watching the television show The Walking Dead. I know, and I'm not just binge watching as a secret way of addiction. No, I've been watching it year after year, season after season, 6 years altogether. Scandalous. How could I do such a thing? How could I watch such a hellish show like that? Because I care about people. An important part of storytelling is putting people into situations in which they must adapt, change, and grow in order to survive and move forward, get better. If it's well written, many of us are drawn into the lives of the characters because we want to see what they do and how they do, as well as what relationships might look like for them in the situations of those stories. It's about people. In this show, we don't care about the fictitious zombies. They're a hazard, to be sure. But what we care about is the people. Their struggles, their failings, their successes, their attempts at creating a community of trust and support, and what difficulties they must overcome in a pretend situation. It's the same old story, really, of what happens to people retold in a different package. I know it's a very different package, but that's why we care, and that's why we watch. The show is not about a big lie of hell, as some have said. It's about a good, godly caring. I've watched or read hundreds of stories that are really the same thing. An adolescent is magically endued with super athleticism for a season and leads a professional team, baseball, basketball, football, and more, to a championship. Maybe you've seen those stories. Maybe you've read them. A young woman is magically gifted a single evening as a princess at a ball and still wins the affection of the prince after the magic disappears. The slipper fits. Or a group of disparate, odd teens must bond together in order to vanquish an awful alien, force, thing, army, tyrant. That could never actually happen. But what we want to know is, what are they going to do? How are they going to do it? How will they be together? How will their relationships look in that story, in that package? I believe that most of us care deeply about people and how we interact. So reading or watching stories about that stimulates a goodness in us. When I consider the many friends I have whose opinions about politics, government, religion, economics, and sports are way different from mine, with a few exceptions, we've learned pretty well how to remain friends and how to remain genuinely caring even while communicating our differences, sometimes with heat, sometimes sloppily. That's important to us. I often drink beer, for example, on Tuesday nights with some of my different opinion friends. They're great. And we disagree, but we care deeply for each other. And that's an invaluable time for us. Most of us wouldn't miss it for just about anything. There are some, however, who, learning about this, would condemn me for drinking a beer. I occasionally target shoot with a friend, and we have a blast together, all the while talking about the craziness of life, our terrible flesh moments and its lusts, and more. There are some who would condemn me for shooting guns. Over the years, I've gone with my wife and daughters to the movies many times and watched films that provided a way for us to talk and discuss true issues of the heart together. Some would condemn me for the movies, some for the Diet Coke, some for the GMO popcorn. All that to say that most of us highly value the biblical story and our experience of God with us. We're crazy in love with him because he made that happen through the reconciling cross and resurrection of Jesus. If our being reconciled to him, our being put into harmony, brought into harmony with him means anything, it means we are safe to be with him exactly as we are and exactly as we are not yet. We are safe. We are loved. And so we are open, genuine, and free. And in the love of God with us, we are free of fear. That is beautiful. Frankly, most of us want that same reconciliation to extend into as many relationships as we can find, where we're safe and open with each other. In my experience, that's where God in me, does his best, most evident work with me and for others. I love that. That's where the good news of his life and love and grace for us is best given and received. However, relationship with you through text or video on a computer screen like this is not easily managed. I haven't had coffee with you. I haven't been with you when you were sick or discouraged or happy or stupid or brilliant or loving or angry. I don't know your story, but I know you've got one. It's important to you. It's important to God, who wants you to know how good and capable and perfect he is with you in your story. All of it. God with you. Yes, he might well change your opinion about a thing or two. Wouldn't you expect that? Wouldn't you want that? That's what can happen in friendship, and that's particularly good when you're safe with God, Mr. Know-It-All Friend. His opinion of you is better and more accurate than the one you've got rattling around in your brain right now, influencing all of your relationships. He's not mad at you because you like stout beer over Pilsner, Kill Bill over The Sound of Music, plastic grocery bags over hemp, or Bernie over Donald. None of that is actually you. It's not the heart of your story. So if you and I major on the minors, if we get most passionate, most heated about the minors, we will raise invisible shields around our hearts and come to believe that is the way of relationships. Shields up. People around us, but not people with us. Not really. Worst of all, we'll come to think of God around us, but not God with us. Reconciled in the book, but not reconciled in experience. I say, to hell with that. I want to walk with you as best we can, even through a computer screen, whether you're sick or well, whether you're sad or happy, stupid just now or smart, dead or alive. So, is anyone besides me looking forward to next Sunday's first episode of Season 2, Fear the Walking Dead? Huh? Maybe. See you later.